up next on the Peter Channel will be the Peter Channel sign off news coming up in a few seconds. It's time now for the Peter Channel sign off news on this late Thursday night, July 7th, 2016. And just before the Peter Channel signs off for tonight, a summary of the late night local news lines on Peter Wiggins news lines and our top as Castillo's head slung backward while he lies dying next to her. Diamond Reynolds looks into the camera and explains that Minnesota police officer just shot her fiance 4 times as woman screams after the fatal officer involved shooting. While meanwhile, in the day after the fatal shooting of Fernando Castillo and Alton Sterling, people have came into protest around the country, and down in Dallas, Texas, one turned violent as Black Lives Matter protests between protesters and police had turned violent as several shots rang out during protests in downtown Dallas, and 2 Dallas police officers, one a Dallas police officer and another, a DRT transit police officer, had been shot, and the shooting took place at Lamar Street near Griffin Street, and witnesses near the shooting heard about 7,500 shots, and the suspect has been seen in a nearby alley. New York. Hundreds of protesters marched in Midtown Manhattan right now over the deaths of Fernando Castillo and Alton Sterling. New York Police Department has made some arrests for disorderly conduct. In Seattle, protesters are screaming throughout the streets at the downtown section, and there are likely several hundred people. In other news, the State Department is reopening an internal investigation on whoever Democratic presidential candidate Hillary Clinton in the top aides mishandled classified information, Fox News confirmed late Thursday. Washington. Donald Trump came into the Capitol on Thursday with hopes of unifying the party, but he's needed to change with one of his fierce congressional critics overshadowed these efforts. Baghdad. Militants fired mortars in a Shiite shrine north of Baghdad late on Thursday, and in a confusion that followed, 3 suicide bombers in military uniforms infiltrated the compound and blew themselves up the Iraqi authorities said. The San Diego Police Department released security camera images and said the attacks. A man linked to the attacks was arrested on Thursday. Bill Cosby is headed to trial on criminal sexual assault charges after hearing the Thursday that helped shine a spotlight on legal threats of defendants at different stages of a criminal proceeding. Taipei, Taiwan. The injury toll from an explosion and hit a commuter train in Taiwan, its capital, have risen to 24. 7 victims in serious condition, police said on Friday, a day after the incident. Seoul, South Korea. Seoul and Washington said they are close to deciding when and where in South Korea and defense U.S. missile defense system that will be deployed to cope with growing threats from North Korea. London. Britain will be led by a woman Prime Minister Friday its complicated divorce with the European Union after concerted MPs voted to the sole remaining male candidate out of the race to succeed David Cameron on Thursday. Super typhoon Nepal made landfall early Friday about 15 kilometers south of Taichung, Taiwan. Sustained winds were at 150 miles an hour according to the Joint Typhoon Warning Center. Bill World is back more strong in its pearls of the 2016 campaign at the National Press Club at a convention Thursday in Washington, D.C. And Bill Weld compared Donald Trump to the 19th century no-nothing party. Bernie Sanders reports that there was Hillary Clinton at a campaign event Tuesday in New Hampshire, proving that the final disagreement in the Democratic platform can be resolved during a weekend party meeting in Orlando, people that said. Fox News has denied the allegation by Gretchen Carlson, the former host of the network chairman. Roger Ailes offered her a smooth path in the network in return for sex. Popular U.S. food chain Wendy's has been hit by a massive cyber attack. The company has confirmed. The company reported suspicious activity earlier this year, but the scale of the breach is far bigger than first anticipated. U.S. oil production at the lowest level since June 2014. Risk of further disruptions in Africa, Middle East, but refined product slowing economic growth weigh on oil. The U.S. Department of Justice took an unusual step on Wednesday to turn in a judge to help it resolve a years-long dispute between Facebook and the IRS over company taxes. And local news, a Midway Massachusetts working fire at 12 Sun Valley Drive took place 3 hours ago. And also 3 hours ago in Brockton, Massachusetts, police reported the robbery at a barber shop at 512 Main Street, and the suspect who was a black male showed a gun and then fled toward Hervey Street. After Terminus Seal escaped from that white truck recently announced in Massachusetts and is all kept on the camera. 3 patients in the city testing to use the genetically engineered cells of the treatment for cancer have died from swollen with brain and daily setback one of the lowest exciting pursuits in oncology. The growing turn to do-yourself transcranial direct current stimulation poses hidden risks to healthy members of the public who seek to use the technique for cognitive enhancement. One molecule P21 is not the process of a molecule called P53 concurs further growth of the spread of the cancer contrary to the kids' research. Peter Channel News Time is now. Level 5 on this late Thursday night, and it's time now for a Trevor report. New England word 95 of the southbound side. It is backed up from Corey Street and Sharon all the way out to Route 495 in Foxborough. 106 in the northbound side, so after 295 up in Lincoln Round and then towards North Smithfield. 495 on the south side. It is backed up from Stowe all the way to 2 in Marlborough. 290 in the southbound side. It's so from Route 9 all the way to the Mass Pike. 495 on the northbound side, Lowell Surround, Route 2 in Lowellton, Massachusetts, 495 southbound, Lowell Surround, Route 3 in Lowell, Massachusetts, 495 northbound side is backed up from 93 in Andover all the way out to Route 28. I-84 westbound side is backed up from Route 8 in Waterbury, Connecticut. I-84 eastbound side, it's a little so before Route 8 in Waterbury, Connecticut. 95 on the southbound side is backed up on the New Haven stretch. 95 is stop and go from Bridgeport and Stamford stretches. 95 northbound side also after Route 7 in Norwalk, Connecticut. Long Expressway eastbound side also Hempstead stretch. 295 on the southbound side also in Queens stretch. And the George Washington Bridge on the southbound side, it is slow go, a little slow on both ends. Midtown Tunnel a little slow. FDR Drive, it's slow from down and all the way up in Harlem. FDR Drive on the southbound side, a little slow down on Harlem. 278 on the westbound side, a little slow from Nerds Bridge. 278 on the eastbound side, a little slow from Brooklyn all the way at the Long Expressway. 670 on the southbound side, a little slow after the Long Expressway in Queens. And the New Jersey truck in the Garden State Parkway is looking good. Up in New York State, it's looking good. Penn 370 on westbound side, also from the turnpike headed towards Pittsburgh. I-79 eastbound side, also around 695 headed towards Baltimore. 95 on the northbound side, also before Capitol Beltway in Alexandria, Virginia. 66 in the eastbound side, also around the Manassas stretch around the Capitol Beltway up in Northern New Hampshire. Northern New England, Spalding truck on the northbound side is all around Bridgeport. In Durham, and it's also around Rochester, New Hampshire stretch. 95 on the southbound side, also at 201 up in Augusta, Maine, headed towards Maine, turnpike 95 northbound side, also Norfolk, Augusta, and 201 up in Augusta, Maine. Alright, take a look at MBTA alerts at 11:08. Word of Thursday, they are looking good. Subway system is looking good, and on the commuter rail, looking good. Good news time all the way on this late Thursday night, and then it's time now for a weather report. And looking at some rain showers from Sanford, Maine, headed towards Portland, Maine. And we got a closer look and seeing some rain showers from Sanford towards Biddeford, up to Scarborough, Maine. Some heavy band of rain showers behind Maine, just west of the Maine Turnpike. A little batch of rain showers from Yarmouth, Maine, stretching down off Mid-Coast, Maine, off Rockland End, headed towards Acadia Park. And some patchy rain showers in Dover, New Hampshire, and some spotty rain showers in Hampton, New Hampshire, west of Hampton, New Hampshire. And we're issuing a dense fog advisory in effect from now until 8 a.m. tomorrow morning as the National Weather Service informed the nation of the dense fog rise, which is in effect until 8 a.m. Eastern Daylight Time on Friday. Location east, coastal, and southeast Massachusetts, including the Cape Anns, Rhode Island, and northeast Connecticut. Visibility is 1/4 mile less at times. The time and pressure fog, dense fog development this evening becoming widespread overnight. Throughout the early morning hours over the advised areas. Impacts visibility is of 1/4 mile less than expected on occurring, which will make for hazardous travel conditions. That dense fog advisory means visibility will frequently be reduced to less than 1/4 mile for at least 3 hours if driving. Slow down and use the headlights and leave plenty of distance ahead of you. Alright, 7-day forecast goes like this. Tonight, check the showers and thunderstorms made before 4 a.m. Petrol dense fog after midnight otherwise. Low skies about 600 degrees. Light south wind, chest pitches 30%. New rain from about less than 10 inches. Extra 9 months possible thunderstorms. For Friday, slight chance of showers and thunderstorms before 9 a.m. Tonight, slight chance of showers after 1 p.m. Petrol dense fog before 11 a.m. west. Close skies about 80 degrees. Northeast about 6 miles. Chest pitches 20%. Friday night, chance of showers and thunderstorms possible at 11 p.m. 7 source blue to 7 rain. Petrol up to 10 p.m. west. Most skies about 63 degrees and northeast about 3 to 5 miles. Chest pitches 30%. Saturday, check the showers, thunderstorms, blue, heavy rain, petrol before 11 a.m. west. Close skies about 74 degrees, east with about 6 miles out, chest pitches 50%. New rain about 10 to 1/4 check the amounts possible thunderstorms. Saturday night, check the showers and thunderstorms, most skies about 62 degrees and east with about 5 miles of coming in the evening, chest pitches 4%. Sunday, check the showers, most skies about 77 degrees, chest pitches 30%. Sunday, most skies below about 60 degrees. Monday, mostly sunny, most skies 81 about 59 degrees. Tuesday, mostly sunny, podcast skies 84 about 62 degrees. Wednesday, mostly sunny, the podcast skies high about 90 about 66 degrees. And for Thursday, mostly skies about 91 degrees. Currently, not near foggy, misty skies. 74 degrees, humidity 94%, 23 above Celsius. And that is going to be it for the Peter channel. I'll sign off Tuesday. It's late Thursday night, 7th of July, 2016. I'm Paris here. Good night. And I'll see you tomorrow morning with more report. Good night. Right out of town, 12 minutes after 11 o'clock. Goodness, late Thursday night. And the Peter channel will be signed up for the night. This is Peter will be up. Good night. And good morning. Good night.